As car shoppers choose SUVs in ever greater numbers, is there room in this big, cuckoo, crazy world of ours for a full-size sedan?
According to Ford and GM, no. But Toyota marches on with its 5th generation Avalon. For all the sedan diehards out there, here's what you can expect from the latest Avalon. Did you say sportiness? This is an Avalon review, right?
Yes, it is disembodied voice. Believe it or not, Toyota has infused the Avalon with a dash of excitement. Well, not literally the dash, though it is kind of exciting too.
The Avalon's sporty flair is most notably expressed by its shapely exterior. Touring trims and this XSE trim we have here elevate the style quotient with a unique grille, dark accents, 19-inch wheels, and, ooh, look, a spoiler. But even in basic form, the Avalon has plenty of character. If by character you mean grille. So much grille.
Sporting the Avalon's newfound sense of sportiness is steering that's quick and feels either agile and immediate or nervous and overeager, depending on what you expect from your full-size sedans. Ratio aside, the steering turns with a viscous, velvety quality. It's smooth with ideal resistance. The brakes have a similar feel. Oh. Velvety. You gotta use the deep voice.
Oh, hey, we are slowing down and stopping. Oh, we're moving now, but now we're slowing down. Oh, yeah.
Flung into corners, the Avalon steers with a relaxed competence. At cruising altitude, it tracks straight and true, making this a fine steed for long-distance touring. Speaking of, the touring trim offers exclusive adaptive dampers that adjust damping forces 50 times per second for superior ride and handling. That touring trim also includes a bonus Sport S Plus mode for more serious Avalon thrills.
In total, the Avalon has added a bit of zip to its dynamic toolbox. Is that something full-size Toyota sedan buyers want?
What Toyota sedan buyers definitely do want is comfort.
And in that regard, the Avalon does not disappoint. The suspension blunts road impacts without completely disguising the road. The dampers absorb big hits with the same care you'd use to catch a water balloon. Smooth and controlled. And yes, the lighting sucks this direction, but there was a big bump and I went for it anyway. I hope you enjoy. Ooh, here's another bump.
Elsewhere, the Avalon's comfort equation is multiplied by well-contoured seats, a Toyota specialty, premium details like this stitching, and soft, pleasing surfaces in the spots you'll touch most, plus a lot of places you won't. Materials aside, the cabin offers reasonable center console storage, a deep glove box, 5 standard USB ports, great visibility in all directions thanks to these rear quarter windows, and a hidden bin for the optional wireless phone charger with a cover that you will probably get stuck. In all positions, the Avalon has a roomy feel, not SUV roomy, but dimensionally generous for a sedan.
In the back seat, legroom is outstanding. But I will say that with a dignified bit of posture, my hair almost brushes the headliner. And before you leave a comment, I'm 5'10". Granted, I have a long torso and I could use a haircut, but if you're taller than 6 feet, rear seat headroom might be an issue.
The middle spot is always least desirable, but for temporary duty, the Avalon's central post ain't so bad. Further back, underneath this deck lid, hides roughly 16 cubic feet of trunk with a wide opening and a decent pass-through to the cabin for carrying larger gear.
16 cubic feet is plenty for most sedan shoppers, but it's only 1 cubic foot more than the mid-size Camry, raising an interesting comparison. Avalon.
There are 2 key reasons to choose the full-size Avalon over the mid-size Camry with which it shares its underpinnings: fancier appointments and a surplus of space. The Avalon's interior has premium appeal, but how much larger is it versus the Camry? Let's see. Oh, okay. That's high. 2.3 inches is good. Extra shoulder space is certainly nice with 3 aboard. Not much separation for lower extremities. Right about 3.7% more passenger volume. Look, the Avalon is absolutely larger than the Camry, but the size difference isn't transformative. For perspective, the compact RAV4 SUV has 100.7 cubic feet of passenger volume, landing neatly between the Avalon and Camry. Plus, the RAV4 starts around $10,000 less than the Avalon's roughly $36,500 entry price.
And yes, I recognize that the Avalon is nicer and more powerful than the RAV4, but where space per dollar is concerned, you can see why people are choosing SUVs.
Rising like an obelisk from the center console is a unit that houses the climate controls and center touchscreen. In typical Toyota fashion, the controls are simple with nicely sized text. Placed high near the driver's sightline is a standard 9-inch capacitive touchscreen offering pinch and flick gestures. More importantly, the Avalon's Entune 3.0 infotainment system offers Apple CarPlay.
After years of bemoaning Toyota's lack of CarPlay integration, give me just a moment to bask in this Apple magic. And now I will transfer my annoyance to their lack of Android Auto integration. Android fans, I feel your pain.
Android exclusion aside, Entune 3.0 is satisfyingly elemental in its design. Nothing flashy, just simple blocks to mash with your fingers, supported by physical buttons embedded in the bezel. I suppose a more elegant presentation is possible, but for long-term happiness, wisdom favors function over style. Toyota also offers a feature called Remote Connect that lets owners start, lock, or otherwise monitor their car using a smartwatch or Amazon Alexa-enabled device. Where driver assist technology is concerned, every Avalon includes lane departure alert with steering assist, full-speed dynamic cruise control, blind spot monitoring, and automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection.
This truly is the least crashable Avalon yet, but idiocy finds a way.
The Toyota Avalon is offered with a V6 engine or as a hybrid. The standard 3.5-liter V6, shared with the Avalon's Camry kin, makes ample power for easy overtaking and the occasional unintended tire spin. It's also efficient. Higher trims drop that highway figure by 1 mpg, but nobody said the baller life would be free. On paper, the V6 looks great, but the 8-speed automatic transmission it's paired with complicates matters.
At light throttle, shifts are smooth, but as you get into it, the gear changes become needlessly abrupt. That was unnecessary. When cruising, even light throttle inputs will initiate a downshift. The constant rev rises have an almost CVT-like quality. That nervous compulsion to downshift is amplified even more in sport mode, which I would demonstrate if there was a car right in front of me.
Meanwhile, Eco mode makes driving more efficient, but your penance is laggardly throttle response. If fuel savings are your top priority, you'll want the hybrid. Just like the V6, higher hybrid trims lose 1 mpg on the highway, but those are still spectacular numbers. Blending a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine with a torquey electric motor, the hybrid generates 200 total horsepower while running 87 octane. Given its respectable power, tremendous fuel economy, and modest $1,000 premium versus equivalent gasoline versions, the Avalon Hybrid might be the smartest choice. Speaking of prices, as mentioned, you can slide into a base Avalon XLE trim for less than $37,000. For that price, you'll enjoy a range of features like 8-speaker audio, 10 airbags, dual-zone automatic climate control, LED head and taillights, and keyless access with push-button start. You'll also be treated to Toyota's reliable reputation and top-notch resale values. Any reasonable person would be perfectly happy with a base-level Avalon, but for all you dreamers out there, higher trims offer ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, real wood and aluminum trim, a moonroof, and a 360-degree camera system. Choose the priciest hybrid limited trim, and the MSRP lands at nearly $45,000. Among the competitors that remain, you've got the Nissan Maxima, Dodge Charger, Chrysler 300, and I don't know, you could probably scrounge up a few more names, but nothing with real sales volume. And who knows, since this video's completion, the competitive herd might have thinned even further. SUVs, man, they're taking over.
Nonetheless, if you like the secure handling, smooth style, comparative roominess, and superior efficiency of a large sedan, the Toyota Avalon is the best of a dying breed.